Okay, hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Mel from Inspired Crafts. It's the 16th of July. The sun has finally come out today. It's been a bit grey and rubbishy, so I'm glad the sun's come out. It's going to be warm for a few days. Mind you, I could do with it being another 10 degrees warmer than what it is. For those that don't know, I've been just come back from Italy, and it got up to 34 out there some of the time last week, so it was really hot. But coming home to rain and 18 degrees if you're lucky, it's been a bit of a shock. So just gonna do, as I'm sure you can imagine, I've taken my nail varnish off and not had a chance to redo it. I've got so much going on with the end of term for my kids. You know, it's just all a bit hectic at the moment. So I've designed one card. It's this is just my template. It's a sidestep card, and I'm going to be using the Country Birdhouse and the Country Woods, I think it's called. Yeah, the Country Woods Designer Series paper. This is the one that I made earlier, and I did it in the Pool Party and Petal Pink. And it's got a bit in there to write on. I'm going to use slightly different colours. I'm going to use the Petal Pink, but I'm going to use this dark colour still, and I'm using Basic Beige, which is this bit here, but I've not been, that's the first time I've used Basic Beige, so I'm going to give it a go and see what it looks like. Okay, so the actual card base is a standard card size, 8 inches or 20.3 centimetres by 5 3/4 inches, which is 14.6 centimetres. So first of all, I'm going to cut that. I normally have my card bases cut, but because this one's actually got some tricky bits to it, I thought I would do it live, and hopefully I won't mess it up. Okay, so the standard card base. The first score mark I'm going to do is straight through the middle at 4 inches. And I'm going to stick with using my trimmer for this rather than changing to the scoreboard. So that's the 4 inches scored. The next part we need to do is this cut line here. Okay, so it needs to be 2 3/4 centimetres. No, sorry, 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimetres in from one of the edges. It doesn't matter which edge. I'm just going to measure this line here because I haven't written that bit down. So that's 2. Okay, so if we go up to the 2 3/4 line, inch line, and then I just want to bring this down because it needs to be sorry, I'm just looking at my measurements. It needs to be at the 1 inch mark. I've just got to make sure I'm getting this round the right way. Yeah. Okay, so the 1 inch, and then you cut down to the 6 inch mark. Okay, so that's 1 inch in down to 6 inches, which is obviously 2.5 centimeters down to, didn't like that one, sorry, I've written, so down to where the 6 inch mark is, or down, yeah, down to the 6 inch measurement, which is 15.2 centimeters. So from this edge down is 15.2 centimeters. The actual cut line is 5 inches or 12.7 centimeters. Okay, so we want to be able to score on this section here. Let's pop my cutter out of the way. And the first score line is going to be at 1 inches. So I'm just going to do it down to there. Now I'm just going to turn it over because it's easier now to do this way. And take it down. So the next one is at 2 inches. And you're scoring about yeah, you're scoring up to the 3 inch line on your trimmer. So you're scoring for 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so you score 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches, then we've got our score already at 4 inches, and then the next one and the final bit of scoring is at 6 inches. Okay, so that's 2.5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 7.5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and then this one goes, it measures 15.2. I guess it's caught up a little bit by then. Okay, right, so get rid of that. So this is our basic card base. I'm just going to get my bone folder now and just score these. So you want this to be a mountain one, and what I find easiest is folding them all up how they need to be, lying it flat, and then just going over the score lines. Okay, so you've got this, so mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, so that's the tricky bit. So now we can look at the decorating side of it, and I have cut all of my bits, more than what I need actually on some of the stuff. So for this one I've done the birds in white and the flowers, but I thought, and I have got some to colour like that, but I thought I'd do it in basic beige. So I thought that was quite pretty actually. It's slightly different colour bird then. Okay, so the DSP that we've got, as I say, is from the Country Woods, and I'm using this piece, which is the pretty pink. This size piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch. I've not written all the centimetres down for that, but I can quickly measure it. So it's 7 centimetres. Didn't need to do that, did I? By 9.6. Okay, then we've got somewhere. We've got 2 pieces that are going to fit there and there. They're a 3/4 inch by I don't know, can't remember, 2.5. So 3/4 of an inch by 2.5, and that is 6.4 centimetres by 1.9. So there's 2 of those. And then this piece is 2.5 by 1 3/4 inch, or 6.4 by 4.5 centimetres, and that will go there. So I'm just going to quickly glue these in place. Trying to get it straight. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking on. I've put that in the wrong place now. Look at that. Take it off quickly. Just checking on comments while I got distracted, but that's fine. But, hi Belinda. Oh, thanks for that. Hopefully it'll give some inspiration and a little bit of challenge, not too much. Get that glue off of there. I'll do the rest of that later. Okay. Okay, so I will have to take that bit of glue off once finished, otherwise it will stick the card together. But there we go. So that's it with its DSP on. I'm going to pop that out the way for a moment now and bring in the Birdhouse. So I've got this frilly bit, don't know what they're called, but this bit anyway will go on there, and that's in the basic beige. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on there, and it goes really easily. You can see exactly where it lines up by this mark. And then this is in the same as that petal pink And again, just need a tiny bit of glue. You could use the adhesive sheets and cut them out ready with the glue on, but as you can see, I didn't. That one just fits over the top. And then this one I'm going to put on some dimensionals. So I'm going to pop one of the small dimensionals up there. And I've got a pair of scissors. You can get the gluey stickiness off using alcohol rub, but I keep this pair of scissors solely for cutting up bits of dimensional or anything that's sticky. That way my paper snips don't get all sticky and yucky. So it's always a good idea just to keep a pair of scissors for cutting these bits up. Okay, and then that one just sits over the top. Okay, now this bit will go down here, but first of all I'm going to stamp the happy birthday on there. So that's my stamping mat. And I'm going to use Memento ink for this one. Okay, I'm just using the happy birthday from the Country Birdhouse stamp set. Pop that back on. I don't want to get black ink everywhere. And I'm going to actually stick this on with dimensionals this time. The other one wasn't. It's just nice to do different variations. And that just fits on there like so. Now, before I go any further, I've got my little bird, and I'm gonna give it a bit of colour. So this is light petal pink, and it's not gonna show up loads on there at all, but that's fine. I might actually use the darker one and see if that might be a bit better. It's not gonna stand out hugely because of using the basic beige, but just want some bits. This would probably be better with watercolours, what I'm doing at the moment, but and obviously I'm not very good with my colours on birds. We've got tons of birds in the garden, but most of them are starlings, so and I'm going to give him a yellow beak and yellow legs. Okay, now this one isn't, you're not going to see lots of it, because I'm going to pop him so he's looking out of his birdhouse. Okay, so I'm just going to stick a bit of glue there. Pop him in. And then I've just got a bit of scrap paper just to go over the back, just so that it fills in the gap, really. Okay, and somewhere there it is. There's my little wooden perch for when they do come out of there. Okay, so that's the first bit of the birds. Now, this I've made into like a flower basket. It is cut from the same piece. Let me just find the dies. So it is cut from this piece, and all I've done is, as you can see, it's smaller, so all I've done is cut it out first of all and then pull it back through to make it the size I want, so that it just chopped off the end, and that will end up sitting on there. Now, I've not printed any flowers in, or stamped any flowers and cut them out in basic beige, but I've got lots of different bits here, and I've got 2 birds, so I don't know if you can see these. I thought I had more. These have got like little extra details, cut details, and so have the leaves, so you can give it a bit of volume, put a bit of 3D dimensional aspect to it. One of the ways of doing that, just move stuff out the way so I don't, is with if you take your pick tool, you get these scoreboard, well, they're the same as on scoring board, but you get these scoring tools. You get a small one and a thicker one, bigger one, and if you just go round and round, it will, I don't know if you can see that, but it lifts it up slightly, and you can build, this one works better because it's bigger, but as you can see, you can then just slot your nail under, or a scissor blade or something, just so that you separate these out a bit. I haven't got a smaller one, but in the same colour though. I suppose it'll still work with this. And you can pop them in with a little bit of glue and build them up. So that's, I'm going to stick a bit of glue in there now. Then all of the leaves are slit as well, so you can just bend those. You can leave them flat, but you can bend them as well, and it just gives it a bit more dimension. Let's try that one, see how well this one does. Prefer that one for doing that. You've got little, like, almost like little buds, half a flower head maybe. Okay, so I might have to cut some more flowers because I did think I had a lot more than that. I'm going to stick this on the card first of all, and I'm going to stick this on with dimensionals. Can never find my sheet of big dimensionals when I want them. I don't know what happens in this house. That's foam sheet, so that's no good. We do these foam sheets, so I'm just going to, rather than trying to find the other ones, I'm going to just chop some of these bits up. I've taken it off of there, it's just these two bits. Okay, so that one's going to just sit on there. Like so. Now this is going to be my, so say this is my basket or trough, whatever you want to call it really, for flowers. So I'm going to pop that in, but I think what I'll do, because I've got some of these, I'm going to colour some of these in anyway and use them. So I've cut the leaves out in Old Olive. So I'm just going to add a bit of Old Olive to the leaves. Right, this yellow which I'm using is the Lemon Lolly, just for the flower centres. And then I've got my dark and light petal pink. So this one, I don't know whether you've ever seen this, but if you press too hard, you break down the tips. So, which has been what's happened with this one, and it makes it hard to use. So I'm going to use the bullet tip and just add a bit of the dark on quickly first. So that's just very quick bit of colouring. Thought I'd done 3. I'm no water painter, so my colouring tends to be quite straightforward. And the good thing about the blends and that is you don't have to be an artist to be able to use them. Just quickly go over. This country birdhouse, at first I wasn't a big fan of it, but I do like it now. I mean, I like birds, so yeah. Right, if I put this on dimensionals, I didn't put the other one on, but if I put this on dimensionals, then I can hopefully put the flowers just a little bit behind and it will stand out a bit more. I'm going to apologise now. My husband's about to start his van back up and go off to work. He came home for lunch, so you'll hear that, I'm afraid. Okay, so I've just stuck those on there. Keep sticking to everything today. Okay, so that's that little bit. And these bits I'm going to build up in a minute. Where are my birds? Add a bit of colour to my so don't ask me what type of birds they are because I have no idea. Don't think we have any that are brown and pink. But that's fine. Ooh, sorry. Right. I love using dimensionals, but the little bits of backing end up all over the house, and at the moment I keep getting them stuck to my arm, so just bear with me while I pick a few of these bits up and get rid of them. Right, it's better. Okay, so I'm going to put one up there. And I'm probably going to put another one down in this bit. And I want to just really build some flowers and leaves around them. So if I stick this one on, I can stick some leaves around. It's almost like, almost look as though they're in amongst a nest with flowers in, but it's not. And you can get them stuck down and then bring them back up as much as you want. What else have we got here? Obviously you could put on this side, you could use it, depending on what you're doing, you could use it as a for a sentiment rather than using this bit. I'm just going to stick that. Am I going to stick that? I don't want to stick that there yet. I'm going to chop a bit of that stem off. Right. So I've popped that one in there. And just going to stick a few more of these on. It's perhaps they're catching some bugs or something. Can't really say it's like the adult birds catching bugs for and taking them back for the baby, because the baby's this big, so it's just some birds. Too much glue come out now. Then let me find, I'm just going to find some basic rhinestones just to be able to stick in, the tiny ones, stick them in and add a bit of bling. I didn't add any bling on the other ones, so I'll do that too. Okay, I could add more on, but I think that's enough for now. just I haven't cut it, but I would add it'd be a basic beige. I could cut it and do a sentiment, or rather a writing mat. Just bear with me, I'll try and find that. Got a small piece somewhere. So that's going to be 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, the same as this front piece. And I've cleaned my bird, so I'm just going to stamp a bird on there. Then that will pop just in there. Okay, so that's my side step fun fold card using the Country Birdhouse and Country Woods paper. Okay, so which do you prefer colour wise? Do you prefer this? This is Pool Party mainly, and then this one is Petal Pink. I quite like them, both of them the same, I suppose. It's, don't know. Okay, so well, thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna leave it there and get on with doing my blog and stuff before I to go out. My daughter's off on a DV expedition tomorrow, so I've got to get everything ready for her to be able to go and do that. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.